Hello, how you all doing? How's everybody doing? We didn't have a very easy day today. I've been trying to gather as much data as I can before going live. That's why I've been late. There are a lot of videos of children getting evacuated, or places that are being hit. So it's not easy, but let's start with something that is a bit more optimistic. I didn't watch it yet, but I've just seen. Yeah, a lot of sorry news today. But I have to say that we are determined and we will win. And it's to be expected that while they go down, things would happen, unfortunately. It is what it is, and if they were allowed to be staying in power, if they were allowed to gather and amass more ballistic missiles, go nuclear, and so on and so forth, then things would have been infinite times worse. And I'm happy and I'm sure that this time we will not just draw back and let our enemies accumulate power, ammunition, and strength to the point where mass casualties and basically a war that is more like World War II would happen. So I'm trying to first, I think let's start with Tucker Carlson here, that had been, by the way, was not a very famous person in Israel, but had now been featuring even in Israeli news, which is incredible. I hope they don't find out Bibi is hiding in Al-Aqsa. Well, they almost hit Al-Aqsa twice now, right? Now, so it's I guess somebody told them. Somebody told them. So, yeah, let's go. I didn't understand what happened in Dimona. I think a residential building was hit. Everybody's talking about Arad, I guess. Let's check. It's really hard to gather, which is good, to be honest. which is good. It's good that it's harder to understand now what's been hit, because every time that they know what they hit, they can adjust their aim a bit better and then hit something else. So, yeah. So, hey, room, welcome to the room. A lot has been happening. There have been several devastating hits inside of Israel, southern Israel, with mass casualties. It was declared a mass casualty event. I'm sure the Arad was declared a mass casualty event. I think Dimona as well. Really, I've seen some photos. It looks like a block of residential buildings had been basically destroyed. So it's been not an easy day at all. And now we have also discovered that the Iranians had managed to get their hands on at least on some ballistic missiles with a much higher, much longer range, and they were aiming at Diego Garcia. So basically they can reach London as well. And Piers Morgan, once he realized that the Iranian regime can hit London, suddenly changed his tune. Who would have thought? I mean, I love this kind of people like Piers Morgan. When Piers Morgan heard about the grooming gangs in Britain, he didn't panic because he cannot be groomed. It's not only because he's a man, it's because even as a man, he's not a man, he's a male. I don't think he's a man, which is why I don't, I've been thinking hard about it. When I watched Piers Morgan speak, his whining high pitch voice. Hold on. Anyway, I was like, that's a male, I can tell, but is it a man? And my answer is no. So clearly there is more to gender than just being woman and man, because there are males that are not men or female. There's something else. So maybe there is an argument to say for the idea of non-binary, or maybe, I know, half a man. Maybe. I don't know. Whatever he is. Right? So grooming gangs Piers Morgan was not panicking, obviously, because who would groom him? Like who? I mean, I'm telling you that in this area where I live, it's kind of ignorance, because I know that they do it like they very low standards, let me tell you. Okay, but so there is a chance, but explaining that to Piers Morgan when there are so many fine white young ladies in the UK just running around is obviously like he understands, okay, fine, but he wouldn't be first in their list. So he wasn't panicking. And when Israel got hit by a barrage of missiles by Iran, he didn't panic either, because but suddenly when he realized, like, oh my God, they can reach London, why nobody told me that? We need to, that's dangerous. Because, yeah. But Piers Morgan supports Israel. That's a good one. You think Piers Morgan supports Israel? You think Piers Morgan? that's Piers Morgan. Sorry, something started playing. Okay. So let's start here with, I don't know, Piers Morgan with this Chinese lunatic, just for a little bit of entertainment before we go on. All right.
So what I would do is basically sit down everyone, okay, including Russia, China, Iran, and say, it's time for a new world order where we are partners in this relationship. Right? Before America was the hegemon, before the US dollar was the world reserve currency. But now what we want to do is open a dialogue where everyone is respected, where America is no longer the bully, but a willing partner in creating a new economic order that benefits everyone and not just a few.
I think that's the wisest possible advice and probably the only path that preserves civilization. But the one country standing in the way of that is Israel.
Oh my God, that is priceless. Okay, again. That was so good. What the only country that's okay.
Is respected, where America's.
I can't hear. 1 second.
Is no longer the.
No, what happened? You guys probably can hear. It's just my.
Bully, but a willing partner in creating a new economic order that benefits everyone and not just a few.
Because I can't. I have some.
I think that's the wisest possible advice and probably the only path that.
What is a pure the Tucker Carlson guys, like, he's pure entertainment. Please tell me, is there any American that takes this guy seriously, like Tucker Carlson, like I have lost respect for Piers Morgan. His best friend is Chink Uyghur. Tucker Carlson deluded to say the least. Bro lost his mind, like 100% lost his mind. That's an incredible achievement. Rebecca, you're missing Albanese. Oh, you guys, you're right. His mosque experience was amazing. Like nothing had. Oh, it's like why is everybody so into being losers in this world right now? Can someone explain this to me nicely and slowly so I would understand? Like, how about we here, Pidar Katarsan? Who is Pidar Katarsan? Tucker. Oh, here's the type of people. Okay. Here, okay, I want to play this one. This is important. Speaking of China, what bothers me about the world is many things.
Well, overall, we don't use the strait. We don't. The United States. We don't need it. Europe needs it. Korea, Japan, China, a lot of other people. So they'll have to get involved a little bit on that one. Well, overall, we don't use the strait. We don't. The United States.
That's from. Yeah, that's important. Important point to make if we continue our conversation from yesterday about Japan and everything. And by the way, I made shorts. I made clips out of my conversation yesterday, and I've seen a lot of people reacting, saying I'm delusional, saying Japan needs their military to protect themselves from China. And I just want to say a couple of things here. Have you guys who's been here during that live? Because I am a bit reluctant to go in and start talking about and showing videos about what had happened in Arad in the south of Israel, because there are a lot of very unpleasant imagery unless you want to see the demise of Israel. So yeah. Oh, now that could be it. Japan is great at surprises, and maybe that's the thing, right? Like they want to surprise attack and liberate the Strait of Hormuz. That's what's happening. It must be it. It must be. That must be the thing, for sure. For sure. There's so much going on. By the way, I want to take a little bit of a detour and also mention the Druze, because every time there is a chance and the eyes of the world is at something else, the Syrian regime takes this opportunity to try to commit a genocide. They see that Israel is busy, they see the world is busy, so they're like, oh, here's an opportunity to go kill someone. Alawites, Christians and Kurds, and obviously and mostly the Druze, which are under Israel's umbrella. So when Damascus was like, hey, Israel seems to be pretty busy with Iran right now, right? So what is the logical thing to do? To go and attack the Druze. That is the logical thing to do. And that's why Israel had, in the meantime, just for you guys who were not in the loop, also been attacking Syria. And not because of Iran, and not, you have the Hezbollah Tartus kind of points of hitting, which are related to Iran. No, also the unrelated Islamic regime that had been like, oh, let's go genocide some Druze because everybody is busy, nobody's looking at us. So Israel had stated several issues. It's like, you fuckers think we have no eyes? You think we don't see you? We see you. Don't mess with us. Yes, we have several other issues to take care of right now, but you are still on our radar. So ugh, this is just, and it's just so you guys know, just so you guys understand. And I just, you know what, well, here's what I'm gonna do. I think I'll go to my channel and I'll show you guys some of the comments that people wrote on that short clips I've made. How do I find it? I'm so slow sometimes. Channel Rebecca Bersif, I know it. And and I just, you know, let's before everything else, okay. So let's see. I've posted very similar clips twice, so just bear with me. So I just want to show you some of the comments, right? That's for later here. Okay, so let's there are like it. I posted basically the same video twice. So actually Japan. I'll show you the other one. I also had some cuts. So the US also nuked Japan, so there is that. Okay. So I want to address those comments because I think it's very important. But you know what? I'll be smart. So actually, okay, let's watch what I said and what people said in the reaction and the comments, because I think that would make us understand what war actually means and the situation in Israel. All right? Because I feel like sometimes when you look at things without comparing them, then it's hard to understand. We understand way better when we can compare. Actually, right? So before and after, it's like if somebody just shows you, let's say I do a haircut, people are like, something is different, but we can't tell what, even if which is actually how my grandpa reacted when my mom did like a pixie cut when, like, it's one of my first memories because I was like 4 years old, and my mom came back and she decided, and she did a drastic change. Probably that's why I remember it. And she decided to have like a short hair, right? So it was very significant enough for me to remember it. And then my grandpa looked at her and was like, something is different. And my mom was like, she had long brown hair like me, and she cut it short and dyed it blonde. My grandpa just looked at her and was like, something looks different about you. I cannot, is it a new shirt or something? Was something changed? So that's how I feel when people like look at war situations and they're like, but then they don't like, oh, is this World War III? Is this like, oh, this is so bad, how can we tell? No, let's just understand what there is, what there could be, and let's also like have a walkthrough on how different standards are applied for different nations. And I feel like the comment section on my Japan commentary had done it well. All right, before, and then I'll show you what Israel is going through, what is happening in the Gulf, everything like that. But people, when they look at trees, they lose this forest. They don't see the big picture. So I want to say that, like, let's have a narrative, let's understanding. All right, Japan, if you want to pay America back, it is you that needs to go to Iran and do the nation building process for the Iranians. This is how you pay back to that. This is actually how you return a favor. You were under crazy military system with expansionist, kamikaze. I should really learn how to say expansionist already, because it's not the first time I've said expansionist instead of expect. Okay, you get my gist. I should really practice off stage how to say expansion or a harakiri mentality. And America liberated you. They brought you from the mindset of slaves to freedom. The moral thing to do is to take that and understand that now you have a chance to actually pay America back, because America did it so that now Japan would be able to do it as well and make the world better. It's for humanity. So actually, all right. So this is what I said. And there are a few here that had said, oh, that's cool. That's a good idea. That's a couple of, that's probably a guy. That's probably here. So I'm going to say, I'll be surprised by some of the comments because I didn't actually read all of them. So I'm not, I wish I could tell you like, yeah, I'm reading all the comments all the time. I know exactly what's happening in my channel. I probably don't have much of an idea what's happening on my channel. Maybe, yeah. All right, but all right, so let's set a few things straight. The US did not liberate the Japanese. We crushed them after they attacked Pearl Harbor. Yeah, bro, that's part of the, okay, well, fine. The US did not help Japan rebuild out of goodness of our hearts. We did it because it was advantageous from a security perspective, as both the disassociate first of vis-a-vis the USSR and the great place to establish military bases. That's delusional AF. Seriously. It also happened to be good economically. Happened to be. It was a risk. All right. It's so easy. Like in hindsight, it's so easy to think, oh yeah, that's of course we need it. Like it's such a good, it was a good idea economically. You didn't know that. You didn't know that. Korea and Japan were not what they are today. They actually yes, it was a good surprise for the, like, you know, surprise for the better, but we didn't know that. That which is I love when people apply what we know in hindsight as if people knew that when they made the decision back then. I mean, maybe it would have been nice. I mean, I could check, hey, what was the idea? Did they expect them to be useful in the future? Because I'm telling you right now, like they try to do similar things with like Arabs and you know, sometimes. So I wouldn't. So if you guys know what was the thinking at the time, we're like, oh yeah, for sure, we're gonna rebuild them and they're gonna be like our best friends and everything. Like did they really believe it, like truly, or was it like did they take a risk there? Because obviously, like we can show them, the Japanese and everyone else and the Europeans, how much they are doing to protect their own economic interests right now when it comes to the Straits of Hormuz. Anyway, it also happened to be a god economically. Japan does not owe the US payback for World War II, although I believe they should have offered formal apology for their war crimes to their neighbor nations in the region. So you see how low the bar is. They couldn't even do that. By the way, to this day, the Japanese, do you want me to describe what they did? Like what kind of war crimes they had committed? The Japanese, they committed like also, although the Japanese political system changed, it is clear their culture around service to the nation, to family, to a company is still strong. So go ahead and defend the Strait of Hormuz then. So I don't know what you mean by free. I would call it under new management. So are you deranged? Are you? So I don't, new management, right? New management. That's what Japan is today, right? The Japan of Pikachu, the Japan of like, that's new, that's. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about what they did. It will get the video demonetized for sure. Sanity. Japan isn't just a sushi factory. Yeah. By the way, how are they doing with the whales situation? Because they're ones of the most, or at least until recently, when everybody were talking about, oh, let's save the whales, the Japanese were like, kill. That's what I remember. Anyway, yeah, actually, it's like, can we take a moment and appreciate what America did? Because here is what Japan would have done if it was the other way around. The Americans right now would be slaves. Slaves. That's it. Like, what is wrong with you? Can you somebody explain to me? Like, this is the, like, what the heck? Oh, I want to see what people, and 4 likes. And it is like, my shorts don't get many views. So if you, well, freer if not free. No, sir, they are free. They are free. The samurai system and the caste system sucked. Thank you. Yeah, they did. They should definitely apologize to the dolphins first, the Japanese. It's like why would you say the same things? Like, here's the thing, right? Like, what the United States is doing right now is not for the United States, it's also for Japan. Because if China gets its oil the way it does for cheap, like, why does China has such a big advantage over the rest of the world? Because they get their oil for free from Iran. Iran had basically sold out its country. The Caspian Sea it gave to the Russians. The oil it gave to China. It doesn't make, like, just understand how this regime, how much it hurts the country. They basically gave their country and the resources of the country away to Russia and China just to stay in power, just to have enough. And they use all their resources not to actually build the country, but, to pass it around for favoritism and to build and pay Hezbollah and crap like that. Oh, sweetheart, work on my, oh, please. Okay, somebody here, work on your propaganda. What hurts your soul, sweetie? What do you think is not true? What is there that I'm saying is propaganda? Okay. It's just like, so because the some is like, oh no, okay, oh, they don't care. If I was China, I would, here's the thing. Okay, I can say a lot of things about China and blah blah blah, but if they decide to finally, come to the Japanese and tell them, it's been some time now, and for decades now, you didn't actually stop and apologize to what you did to our people. So how about we make it the playing ground even by doing something similar to you, and then it's, nobody needs to apologize. We can move on. How about that? So, I mean, right? It's fair. Let's apply the same logic, right? Oh, well, fine. If they they to this day they didn't apologize, and they're like, okay, fine. So you want to put Japan as like, oh yeah, fine. Let's pretend that the U.S. having bases in Japan is not for the Japanese. That let's pretend the United States didn't help Japan. You know what the United States should have done? Because you know what? I'm gonna bring out my Eastern side right now. I need you guys clip it. All right? Because I need you to understand what is Eastern thinking. Okay? So let me explain to you what Eastern thinking is. Okay? Let's have photo. Oh, sorry. So I want the Japanese girl here to be seen, so that the people would know that this is what. How do I do this in a sense? No, it doesn't work this way. Maybe I can find a better photo. Japan. Trump. I mean this. All right, here it is. Fine. Okay, let me share this. What happened? Oh no. It went away. Here. So let's have this girl here. Nice, nice. Okay, this is now you know, or you all know, I'm going to talk about Japan. Okay. All right. So here's the thing, right? So I want to make something very clear for you Westerners who don't understand how people from the East are thinking. And now, right now, let's rewind and have the context again. All right. The Americans, when they had rebuilt Japan and made them the Tamagotchi Pikachu people that they are, free, happy, and dancing around. And before that, they were basically under brutal and very hierarchical system. They're still hierarchical, but not very free and very, brutal kind of situation. And they committed a lot of war crimes against China during World War II, which they never apologized for. Right now, the Strait of Hormuz are under attack, and America had come to the Japanese and said, hey guys, this is something which is within your interest. How about let's talk and let's see how you guys can help and act in your interest when it comes to Iran. Why is it in Japanese interest? Because, right, after the Japanese had come and did what they did in China, which I wouldn't describe because I get demonetized, decades later, they still had not apologized. What is gone? And is there something gone? All right, let's continue. So decades later, the Japanese had not apologized to the Chinese. So let's paint the Chinese in a more, I don't know, nice strokes and say that China right now looking at Japan and saying, if you didn't apologize to this day, so maybe we'd come to you and make the playing field even by doing something similar to you, because China probably is not going to stop with Taiwan and going to go continue to Japan. One of the reasons that China has such an ability to produce as much as they do, and they have a competitive advantage over the rest of the world, is because of two things. They control rare earth minerals, which was always a thing with China. If you guys know anything about human history, you do know that China, and then expanding into Malaysia, Indonesia, and those areas, always had rare earth accessibility, which made it meant that they had advantages over Europe. And one of the reasons that, for example, gunpowder was more in the East is because they have a lot more access to things that are mineable and can be turned into gunpowder than people at the West, even though later they found ways to do it in the West as well. So the gunpowder came from there, and then you had the expansions, and then who enjoyed that? The Muslim empires in the middle used those gunpowder and basically had expanded like crazy all over the world, and only 100 years later the Europeans got it. Anyway, the Ottomans, when they cut off the passage between West and East, the Europeans had to go west and find America. Basically, China always had advantage when it came to minerals and earth. Okay, always. It didn't change. And by the way, this is why Japan went into China in World War II. They ran out of their own resources and they were like, we need crap. So they went to China and they took the resources from China, because Japan was industrializing really fast and they had basically used up their resources quickly. Also did Germany, by the way. Anyway, so China has rare earth. That's advantage number one. Advantage number two, they're getting their oil basically free from Iran, because Iran is under sanctions, and basically Iran sold off their country and the resources of Iran to Russia and China. And because they don't care about, the USSR, by the way, had the same mindset when the USSR controlled. They sold their resources for cheap. They could have made a lot more money, but they had a mindset of, oh, we're going to expand and we're going to take over the world, so we're going to get it back anyway, so we don't care how much we sell it for. That's how delusional they were. And it's the same with Iran, okay? So China has this great advantage, okay? So China, right now, what is the thing? They're building up to basically come to Japan and said, listen, you didn't apologize all these decades. Let's make it fair and square. There is million reasons why Japan would be interested in not giving China this power, which means that Japan has a lot of interest in cutting off Iran from China. Iran literally gives China the entire package of rare earth and oils. So China has an advantage when it comes to robotics, building technological components, and there is even more than that, because there are certain things that only the Chinese do, and the world is dependent on China. China can cut off, and they did it on purpose because they are also like crazy delusional. But whatever. So why are we saying should I add a quiz to see that we understood everything? Good. So we are saying all of that because it is in Japan's interest to go and help the situation in Iran for a million reasons, right? So when America says what it said here, let's go back and watch it again, very important. Where are you, Trump? I wish I should have saved it. That it is within Japan's interest. It is. And yet, when I explained how Japan can pay back to the world by not only opening the Strait of Hormuz, but also help and rebuild Iran, just like America helped rebuild Japan, I had very interesting comments from people who had 1,100,000 excuses to why let the Japanese not do the right thing, which they should do. All right, is there a question? Hello. Does it mean I should be saying anything? All right. And so when I said that, by the way, Japan still has the textbooks because they had to go through a complete change of mind. They introduced new values like do not murder, because before that they had a samurai culture. If you pissed off a samurai, he pulled off his sword, he cuts off your head, easy peasy. Suddenly came America and was like, you guys, here is the 10 commandments. Now add that to your education system. And a lot of different other things as well, which I talked about yesterday or a couple of days ago. So I said, not only, really, if Japan wants to pay America back, then they should actually help rebuild Iran because they have it in their textbooks already. Okay? What will the Iranian version of anime be like? You see, we need to know. We need to know. And so on. Anyway, and so let's go back to the video and see what I have to say. So here. So this American guy thought he was being very smart when he wrote, let's set a few things straight. The US did not liberate. Yes, they did. Anyway, I want to put on my Eastern hat for a moment and explain that when it comes to Eastern thinking, what America did in Japan is unheard of, unimaginable, and crazy, because the Eastern thinking says that if you take over this place, are your slaves. No human rights. Basically, America could have cool, now with Japan, and also especially if Japan doesn't have the same military capability and America has military in Japan is now America's slave. Cool. That's to say the least. If not also there is a lot of things that you can say, the American soldiers, what they did in Japan, the children that were left behind. Now, it was not okay. It was not okay. But there is so much worse you can do. So much worse. What happens to North Korean girls that go to China? They don't survive 6 months because after 6 months of constantly getting raped, they die because they just cannot tolerate it. So this is what the East is like, and Eastern mindset is like. So when you need to understand that yes, there were nuclear power, blah, blah, blah. So what? So what? I mean, you don't understand the East then and how brutal it is. So yes, there is 100% no reason for Japan not to step up and do what's needed. And here's another one. Japan is not in debt to the United States. They quite literally host one of the largest US military presence in the world and pay billions for it. If anything, that is the price of the alliance. Why are you not understanding? This is just insanity. Guilt culture simply doesn't exist in East Asia. Exactly, it doesn't. To this day, Japan never apologized to the Chinese. Never. They don't teach it. They don't care. Like, it's whatever. Yes, so what? Indonesian, Koreans, and all these countries, they still hold a grudge against Japan. Don't think they don't. I know they do. They do. They do. So Japan, sweetheart, it's definitely in your interest to make sure that this payback is not going to come and help in Iran. Everybody's so comfortable pretending that Iran is none of their business. Japan is actually should be super interested in what's going on in Iran. Super. It's if China is their enemy, if China could come to, after they land hop to Taiwan, they're going to land hop to Japan. Oh, Iran is super within their interest. How comfortable it is to pretend they're not. And the American population, you cooperating with that mind thinking? Are you joking? Why are you cooperating with this mindset? Why? Like, do you not know what you do? Like, think like what? I just are there Americans here? Like, do you understand how different America is and how crazy what they did is? You're saying, and I said, as East Asian myself, Chinese will never apologize for the historical conquest of Vietnam, for example. Of course they would not. Of course they would not. Well, look, let me like here. This is like, oh, you're being crazy. I'm not being crazy. Why do you why is it that this is why I say, like, there is a completely different standard when it comes to America and Israel and the rest of the world? Why do you expect those things from Israel and America, but not from a country like Japan that has it within their interest as well? And they morally owe it. They morally owe it. If you want to actually know, like, if you really understand what America did and how crazy it is, if you think in Eastern terms. Here's another loser. You may be right from your perspective. However, when I look at history, I see the events involving soldiers during World War II as a consequence rather than a cause. In this sense, Japan is the only country facing daily threats from both Russia and China, and the United States has already tasked Japan with the mission of protecting Taiwan. As if it's not, who is. Okay, let's open a map for the like. Please tell me why the world is so stupid. Can anyone here explain what's wrong with you? Let's open. Okay, let's open here. Let's open. I just cannot stand this idiocracy anymore. Idiocracy, not idiocracy. Idiotism. Okay, let's open. All right. Okay. Here. This is called a map. Clearly, Americans never seen it before, I know. This is called a map, okay? I know it's in Hebrew, I apologize, but this is China. This is here, okay? This is Taiwan. Pretty here, okay? And this is United States. Let's say, right. China takes Taiwan, okay, cool. This is, we're doing island hopping. First of all, they already are in the Philippines. They already are sticking their noses, right? The Chinese are already in the Philippines. They're already like messing around this area, okay? They're already there. And around Australia, but you know, Albanese and this Wongo lady, clearly like they're Chinese assets as well, so whatever. But the other land hopping that they can do here is here, from to Japan. And the United States is way out here. All right. So Japan was already tasked with protecting Taiwan by America. What kind of mindset do you need to have to think that sentence made sense? Japan already tasked with protecting Taiwan. What goes through a person's mind? Thinking that it is more in America's interest. It was tasked by. It's like saying, like, oh yeah, Israel is already tasked by America to protect America from the Islamic, like from Islam and the Arabs. Stupid idiots. Fuck. Like I just can't. I don't understand. Like what? What made, like, can you hear it? Like, Japan is the only country daily threats from both Russia and China. The only country facing daily threats. First of all, it's not even true. And I was like, oh, the United States already tasked Japan, as if it's not within Japan's interest. Okay, so Israel got tasked for, like, what the heck? And he's like, no, if you want to. Like, I mean, what's convenient is that they're gonna use that language to, like, if they want to go again, like they're gonna use to, like, Israel was tasked by the United States to, like, they use it. They say it in the Middle East all the time. Like, for the Middle East, this is Middle Eastern language, just so you know. Inside the Middle East and America, like in Arab conversations, right, in Muslim conversations, they would say that Israel was tasked by America to go against Islam in the Arabs and the Muslims and whatever the crazies. Like, they would say it. This is how they would say it as well. For them, Israel is like an expansion of America, which is the big enemy. And the reason America is the big enemy is because of what it did to Japan. What did it do to Japan? It gave them democracy. Instead of enslaving them. You see, if America had enslaved Japan, the Muslims would be, oh, that is the logical thing to do. They're not our enemy because it doesn't threaten them. Because the logic would be, okay, does it matter if we're the slaves of America or the slaves of our lords in the Arab countries? No, you slave is slave, okay? But they didn't enslave them. They were like, here, have a nice Pikachu lives. And they are having nice Pikachu lives. So now it's a problem, because now it's like, oh crap. You mean that, like, there is an option to be like free and stuff like that? Now America is our enemy. And it's like, we don't want to give people the ideas that they're anything but slaves. Human rights. America is enforcing human rights, so it's the enemy. Fuckers. But the thing is, I'm sure, I don't know where's the Antigonos Alexander. I don't know where he's from. But it's just, Idiots. Idiots. The thing is that it is literally how people think. They literally think this way because they're stupid, uneducated, don't understand what the alternative is, don't understand how the East thinks, don't understand that if you didn't enslave them, held them in basements chained in basements, then you are basically an angel, because this is the moral standards that were there before. You're right. I know. I made a mistake. I know people think that was not. That's. You're right. They don't think. They don't. I don't think US liberate Japan. USA continues using Japan with minus interest rate. Have you seen how the Japanese live? Are they in chains in the basement being slaves? No, they're not, right? So I just people don't understand, like, that this is not normal. It's not normal. As your supporter, I disagree. What business had the US in Japan in the first place? Are you retarded? They attacked the US. People are stupid. This time, I don't agree with you. I always follow your videos. What Trump did damaged the world by his big mouth in discreetly aggressive, egoistic, and mismanagement to the world. Blackmailing tariffs is now punching back at him. No NATO allies or other countries are coming from him. By the way, Goldie Gamari had brought up Nixon speaking of why America will lose its allies, which is 100% not Trump. It is actually all the Democrats that had abandoned their allies left and right because they're assholes. Like they abandoned the Shah, like they abandoned Israel when it's the Democrats in power. This is why there are no friends that America has. But whatever, it's in Japan's interest. It's in Japan. It's not, it's what? No, it's not Japan that makes me angry. Those idiots are not Japanese. And Japan is not making me angry. Just like, yes, don't forget to smash the like button. It's 100% free, and please support this channel. I cannot do it without you. Send me money, or nobody's gonna say the truth. Otherwise, who's gonna tell you those things? Let's be real, it wasn't a look good when Trump averted records. I agree, but yeah. I think the bad look is the fact that Tom Barak is running around the Middle East instead of rotting in the dungeon somewhere. Tom Barak should be in jail, rotting. Isn't he everywhere in the Epstein files? Trump blackmailed Japan for trade, defense, and investment in USA and other countries. He did the same with Europe, and also for Greenland. I mean, they're like no geopolitical. I mean, okay, he blackmailed them. Okay, so Japan doesn't owe the American or the West anything. Pretty sure Japan is even after America nuked them literally in the 1940s, and then nuked them financially with the Plaza Accords in the 80s. If Japan has any courage left, it would do well to hedge against America. America did not help rebuild Japan out of morality. I just, let me make something super clear. Let me make something super clear. Where else do you have one nation building another nation? Where did it happen? Let me ask, right? Okay, let me open, I don't know, ChatGPT. When do nations build other nations? When? What are cases that a nation rebuilt other nations. I don't like, what the heck. Thank you for your support, Nuket. Japan can teach Iran to manage their forests, and Israel would teach them to water them. Yes, Iran can, like Japan. That's the funniest part, even, because it doesn't take much to, like, you don't need to send an army to help rebuild a nation. You can send experts that would know how to treat a certain problem as well, right? You can be like, oh, we want to help like rebuilding. We can do this and that. There are a lot of things you can do, but people don't think that way. Instead of thinking, oh, here is a great way that Japan can help. Here is some expertise Japan has that Iran can learn from Japan. And it would be nice if Japan had stated that, said something about it, and like be like, or be, you know, it's like, even if America asks something from Japan and Japan doesn't have the capacity right now to give a ship, for example, because I don't know, because they're broken. It needs to be, we want to help, like 100%, please tell us how we can help. Here's the situation that we have right now. And we're thinking strongly, like about what, I didn't notice it's high dollars. Thank you. I just saw it right now. It's like, there are so many, like these people are just like, there isn't just this kind of mindset that thinks, oh, but you know what? Maybe that's an idea. Maybe we can all think about, oh, here what we got. Okay. Usually a country does not build another nation by goodwill alone. Blah, blah, blah. The cases that really count usually combine four things: military control or security guarantees, institutional redesign, long-term financing, and local society still capable of governing once the external power steps back. The clearest example of these are, which means, by the way, that ChatGPT is like just the way it's written like that, it out of goodwill. Usually don't do it out of the goodwill. And then the list is the US-led rebuilding of Japan after World War II. I need to show it to you here. Here, like the cases are actually pretty rare. And then countries usually, like a country usually does not rebuild another nation because it's unheard of. It's crazy that they did it. It is insanity that they did it. It's not normal that anyone did it. If you have a country rebuilt and their people are not held in basements and chained, then it's a miracle, and people don't understand it's a miracle. You effing like you don't understand how unusual it is. And then this is what happens. Why is the West is deranged, idiotic, and stupid? It's because that the cases really, like, it's like they don't do it by goodwill alone. Bullshit. Because the cases that really count usually combine four things: military control or security guarantees. That is basic. You don't want another nation to attack you. That is just a minimum of guarantee of don't, if, like, we're gonna help you, but you cannot bite the hand that feeds you. That's normal. And then institutional redesign, because it's required. It's a must. Otherwise you get like, what the heck are you gonna do? Obviously you have to do that. Long-term financing and local society still capable of governing. Bro, because how are you going to rebuild something that's going to collapse in 2 minutes? It's a huge investment. Why would you do that? The US-led rebuilding of Japan after World War II, not normal. The US and Western allies rebuilding West Germany, Western Europe after World War II. And let's be honest about it. That's America. Okay, the US and UN backed rebuilding South Korea after Korean War. Who did it? The UN-led state building of East Timor, Timor-Leste. That's already way later. Multilateral rebuild rather than one nation. That is the United Nations. And who is funding the United Nations? Who is the biggest funder of the United Nations? Who does that? Who funds the United Nations? Who is the United Nations when they do something good? Because otherwise it's a cesspool that shouldn't exist. Bosnia and Herzegovina after the 1990s war. World Bank, bilateral donors. And the US. The deeper rule is nations can help another, but true rebuilding usually only works when the BS. BS. Okay? The United States is the one who did it. Oh, let's see. Well, let's ask, did it happen anywhere? I pressed caps locks by mistake. Anywhere, anytime before the US. So, okay, let it think, fuckers. So, okay, let's continue while it thinks, right? About all the losers that wrote. And it's like, this is here. Oh, what's going on here? I don't think Japan owes anything to US, rather than Japan has been used by US. Are you chained? Are you chained in the basement? Are you? Which is, by the way, a lot of Japanese do understand, and also Koreans do understand that it's not to be taken for granted that they weren't held in chains in basements, but were rebuilt after that. Bombing, and like another one, bombing Hiroshima and Nagasaki means liberation. Well, if they had not been a bunch of like crazies, that would have not been needed. Could have like given, like they could have surrendered without this bombing. Why did you get to a situation when you need 2 atomic bombs to surrender, you crazies? I was like, think on whatever you're talking or giving reasons for Japan, because if you are in place of Japan and other countries talk about you the same thing, then you might not able to tolerate it. I mean, this is the oh, I didn't, like, guys, I told you I didn't read all the comments right. Like, should I should, like, Lord, forgive them, they know not how to be. No, this one is the best one. Oh, this one is the best one. Can you imagine this? Oh, you're telling an Israeli to imagine? Like, would I tolerate an unreasonable amount of criticism from people who don't understand what it's like to be in my shoes? Oh, let's show you. Let's show you what had happened today in southern Israel, and let's talk about how much I, as an Israeli, would not understand what it means to be to be criticized while you are being under a very forgive them. Yeah, forgive them for they know not what they do. You forgot US built China, but the ungrateful Chinese with ungodly behavior are biting their hands now. So they didn't finish the job with China. It's not fair to say. They didn't. It was halfway. They didn't. Like, you have to, like they did it properly only with the Korea, Japan, and Germany. Other countries where they tried to rebuild, they didn't do it properly, unfortunately, as well. Or in case of like Afghanistan, like it's just, it was too much to chew on. Let me say it. Yeah, Germans are the only ones kept down with the guilt culture that hard. I don't think it's just the Jews. Yes, and by the way, when I made a video of anti-Semitism, there was a section there where I said, there is a section there that shows Israelis say exactly that and Holocaust survivor that was asked about the Germans, and he said the Germans are the ones that took responsibility and apologized. What about all the others who participated just as gleefully, if not even more gleefully, and never took responsibility for what they did? They should, like, the guilt tripping is driving them crazy to the other direction. It's like you have to be like, you can't guilt yourself into the until you get to like you literally do a full circle and go to the original like mindset that you had. It's like it's also unhealthy because just that's what happened in Germany. It's like so okay, so here's just let me share this one. So as you can see, right? So this is in ערד.
אז אם עד לפני כ10 דקות חשבנו שיש מנותקי קשר, ראש העיר ערד מעדכן שאין מנותקי קשר, והמקומות שהיה להם חשש שיש מנותקי קשר כזו או אחרת.
I just randomly saw it right now. So you have 64 that are injured, 7 are gravely injured. Oh, I'm hiding some of it.
והנזק העצום מסביב נובע כתוצאה מעדף, רסיסים וחלקים של הטיל, אבל כאמור הנזק העצום נמנע פה. אם הטיל הזה פוגע פגיעה ישירה בבניין, יכול להיות שנמצאים באירוע אחר. אפשר לראות את כוחות פיקוד העורף שגם עכשיו בשלב הזה סורקים שם זירות. יש לנו מגבלה של חושך, אבל אנחנו מנסים להראות לכם מה שאפשר. הם עוברים דירה דירה, בית בית, על מנת לבדוק.
They're going from house to house to try to find people.
מסקר לא מעט
זירות,
זירה בסדר גודל כזה, לפחות בכמות הכוחות, לא ראיתי כבר הרבה זמן. יש פה ממש מאות כוחות מכל היחידות השונות, מכל הגופים השונים, כולם מגיעו לכאן מהר מאוד כדי לבדוק מה קורה כאן באירוע ולסייע בפעילות פצועים וחילוץ לכודים. אז אני נסכם בעצם מה שקורה כאן. אנחנו נמצאים עם 66 פצועים באירוע הזה, 7 פצועים באורח קשה, 15 באורח בינוני, היתר באורח קל, והסריקות נמשכות באזור.
So why am I saying like, and then let's go back. Let's, you know what? Now that I see somebody brought up Carl-Tarlson, let's bring back, right? Let's go back and bring this very interesting video that we saw right in the beginning, because it literally like sums up that theme that the West does not understand, that what the West is out of the ordinary, it's extraordinary. And if you have a system where you are not a slave that is chained up in the basement, then it's not normal. So here, let's go back like 1 second. It's cool. Here, oh. Let's 1 second. Sorry, you guys, got stuck. Hello. We don't feel any obligation to families or society like Easterners. This is a modern thing. You understand, it's modern. It's not normal. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that Americans didn't care about families, society. Actually, like the societies in America were extremely strong. When my grandma, she told me like she said like when she moved to the US, it was shocking to her because there were people who needed aid in the community, and there were people who were distributing food, and there are people who were taking care, and it was never a case where doctors abandoned their patients, which had happened in Russia a lot. So it's not you think, here's the thing, when you don't know history, this is why this is part of the way people react, because they see things from the perspective of the 10 years, the decade that they have like experienced and seen, and they think that this is the norm or this is what happens, but it's not true. because it's new that it's like that the West was not like America was not like that. They did care about society. They did care about people. They did care about their communities. They did care about their families. That maybe the Europeans never cared too much, to be honest, but the Americans did. I mean, they cared, but don't overstate how much Easterners care. They don't really. They don't care as much as it's not exactly true either. So it's overestimating how much the East cares and underestimating that the fact that yes, the West, but it's new. It's new. Right. So let's go back to this video here,
including Russia
with the idiots here. I'll just remove myself.
So what I would do is basically sit down everyone, okay, including Russia, China, Iran, and say, it's time for a new world order where we are partners in this relationship, right? Before America was the hegemon, before the US dollar was the world reserve currency. But now what we want to do is open a dialogue where everyone is respected, where America is no longer the bully, but a willing partner in creating a new economic order that benefits everyone and not just a few.
I think that's the wisest possible advice and probably the only path that preserves civilization. But the one country standing in the way of that is Israel.
So what I would do is basically sit down everyone.
Why? What did why? We're so stupid. Oh my God. Yes. Where is the founder of Alibaba, guys? Have you guys seen him lately? What is it like to be like a person that makes something big in China? Where is the? I'm just wondering. You guys, have you seen him lately? Where's the? He was very cute, very nice. Where's the Alibaba guy? Where is he? Oh, fuck. Yeah, I didn't check for in a while, but where is he? Oh, I mean, okay. Here's the guy who we brought up. Okay, I didn't watch it yet, so let's watch it together. Guys cannot see.
And okay,
Tell us about game theory.
Yeah. So here's my grand plan. Okay, my plan eventually is start my own religion, and so I'm using this YouTube platform in order to test certain ideas that I will need for this new religion, and that's why I switch around a lot. So if you're a fan of certain topic, you can get annoyed because then next semester I'll teach something completely different. But again, my goal is to be the Messiah. My goal is to start my own religion at this point. So I'm going through the R&D phase of my life right now.
Yeah, this is you can do travel to Gnostic India as you could have like a Japanese brother, whatever the fuck they say Christ did, Gnostic with the internet now.
Well, no. I mean, like I will eventually go these places, but like at this point, I'm just trying to innovate with the framework, and then eventually I'll go and spread my message like Paul did. I'll travel like Paul, the apostle.
Okay.
Yeah, seems. I mean, Tucker finds the most fun people to talk with, honestly. Like, here's Here's a shockwave hitting in a house in Dimona. And guys, you can see. To me, Putin stuff here. And he's like, oh no, Israel is so evil. Why are they fighting like against Iran? It means that like they closed the Strait of Hormuz, so the gas price is almost the same gas price that we had during Biden's time. Israel is so evil. Why would they like? Why can't Israel like be more considerate of the world and Europe and Japan and all the other countries and just like not do anything about this country that is sending ballistic missiles towards its population and kills civilians? It's like it kills me. It's like, I don't care about your gas prices, you assholes. I don't care. Look what it looks like. You think I care? Why would Israel care? Why? And it's like it kills me. Like, oh, it's like because of Israel. Like they planned October 7th. We saw like we care. I like where's the people who said like, you know, oh no, it's like America got dragged to it because of Israel. Israel would, yes, of course, Israel would have attacked Iran anyway because they had said first of all, they proved. They did a POC. They did a proof of concept. When you send several times a ballistic missiles barrage at Israel, for you know, even during Biden's time when Israel couldn't do anything back to Iran yet, right? Israel's like, of course Israel is gonna attack Iran. You fuck. Like, what do you think? And then of course Iran is gonna drag the rest of the world. But you think Israel? Do you think we care about your like? You think that if it comes between dying from a nuclear weapon that Iran is gonna send our way, or your feelings? Do you think we're gonna choose your feelings, you assholes? It's like, oh no, no. Why? I'm just dying. I'm just dying. I mean, there are a lot of reasons why Iran should be attacked from any perspective, Japan or Europe or everywhere, obviously. But let's stop like real talk, okay? Real talk though. It's like, oh, Israel dragged is like because of Israel. If it was clear that if Israel is going to attack, then the Iranians are going to attack everywhere, not just Israel. So what? Like it makes sense to you that we would die for you? It wasn't like you think especially Europe. I love Europe when they're like, guys, we still but the people that went through the Holocaust are not all dead yet. We remember who you are. So you think that that we will die, will take an atomic bomb for you, Europe? In fact, I would say that it would make way more sense that if we go down, you go down. He's like, oh, of course, Iran would fight back if they're going down. I'll tell you something. If Israel gonna go down, you're gonna go down. But for some reason, the fuckers, like, they think, oh yeah, they like, obviously Iran can, like, but when it comes to Israel, they don't have the same ability to think. Can't get frustrated when people play dumb. Tucker is obviously playing dumb. Don't get mad, get strategic. They are dragging each other down in a web of treason. I mean, it's not about them. It's the thing that it's not that. I think it's because the thing is that they are dumb, but it's not like the general population is smart. So But anyway, this is just another angle. Don't see much. New details. This is in Arad. Here, Iranian missile. Yeah. By the way, a lot of Israelis online are very angry that there are so many videos from the hits in the south, because it means that people, instead of running to shelters like they're supposed to, were staying out and filming. So just in general, there is a lot of people are like, why are there so many Darwin nominees in the south of Israel? Like too many Darwin Award nominees that are walking around there. I think we watch this one. There is another one. Here's by the way. That's in Arad. There is this one as well. Check out this video. Oh, there's music here. Is there an option without? Okay, let's just watch without the video, without the music. Can you see the entire full picture? Thanks, right? Yeah, it's music. This is so cute. This is so cute. And this is like every day we're running to the shelters, like, and here is like Jake Shields. This is Dimona, and this is beautiful. Is it Dimona? That's not Dimona. I don't think it's Dimona. Whatever. It's beautiful. Breaking. Prime Minister Netanyahu calls on Hungarians to vote for Viktor Orban. Iran Kamashana footage shows crowd supported. Oh, that's not interesting. Okay, that's... Prime Minister Netanyahu, it's a very difficult evening in the battle for our future. We are determined to continue striking our enemies on all fronts. Well, it is what it is. We're gonna win. But I just, ugh. It's like, oh. Just 3 days before the war, the Iranian regime said they don't obtain long-range missiles. Today, their lies were exposed once again when missiles were fired 4,000 kilometers away from Iran. They hoped to lay their way into becoming a force that can terrorize the world. We didn't buy it. Yeah, we didn't buy it, and we attacked. Yeah, we would have attacked anyway. Just love it, like...
Look at the statement and please react to the statement, his State of the Union address. He has very clearly said, and please tell me where that credibility of the information really comes from, when he says that President has claimed that Iran is developing missiles that can reach America.
Himself the victim of fake news, unfortunately. We are not developing, long-range missiles, and we have limited the range of our missiles below 2,000 kilometers intentionally. So our missiles is our reliable means of defense. and we have no intention to extend their range. So this is not the fact. It was also mentioned the number of killings in Iran, another fake news. We have already published the name of those of the victims of the recent terrorist operation in Iran. 3,100.
32,000. 32,000.
It's only 3,117 victims. Iran is not developing nuclear weapons. We have always said, and I would like to reaffirm, that we have no intention to go for nuclear weapons.
Yes, thank you. Share this channel with friends and family. Thank you, Greg, for your support. Yeah, that's life. Iranian missile can hit a kindergarten. Where is the Western media being like, oh no, look what is Iran doing? Oh, look how awful the Iranian regime is. They kill so many of their own. Ay. Fine. I just want to make one thing clear, right? I'm very much a Moses mindset. If you don't want to be decent, then I don't care about you. Yay. Lucas, you're really pushing a strong agenda here. That's the thing is that they're not so good at aiming. You understand that? I don't know what they're gonna hit if they try again. I mean, I'm pretty sure that they already tried several times. It's like they missed it by a hair. So it's in fact, USA is just saying we don't need NATO and then say they need us. Maybe a consistent message would help. Well, I don't know what to say about that. I don't think they need it, but it would be nice. I need to pay you with burgers. Where do you even live? Yeah, NATO without USA is irrelevant. I mean, listen, the USA, there is a limit of how much. They're spread thin as well, right? It's like, it's not like it was pretty helpful that the NATO went and actually did was like, oh, we don't want America to take Greenland, so we're gonna actually defend it properly so that Russia or whoever wouldn't be able to send ballistic missiles that way by taking over Greenland, which is very not well defended. So yeah, NATO is useful, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, USA doesn't need NATO. Trump made sure NATO realizes how much they needed the USA. I mean, it's just, oh, actually, this is some good news. Oh, not, or not. No, this is not a good. Wait, I need to show it because there are protests against the war in Japan right now. So that I'm seeing because Japan lost 2 cities. If 82% of Japan is already saying no on day 20, what happens by day 60, day 100? I say give them to China. Give them to China. Fuck them. How useful is Japan right now? Do you guys know? I mean, it is like, it's nice that they're there because of the island thing, but An American Chinese friend said that her father are not Japanese. That's interesting. We should still take Greenland. Trump might pull button. I mean, it's not that. I mean, America is a big country. It doesn't have infinite amount of people. It's good to have other countries join in as well, right? You can't everyone. I mean, it's better to have friends. It's not. It's nicer. It's nicer. It's nicer. It's more fun. Hello. I'm so glad. Hey, Jewish Samantha, how you doing? It's been a while since I've seen you. I feel like. I mean, here, this is so amazing. I don't know who this person is. I don't know how believable this guy is. Limitless, no alpha limits. First time I'm seeing it. I'm talking about how Germany, Korea, and Japan are opposing the war, but is it actually like, is it even, here somebody said, like there, one of the comments saying, is it true? Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, okay, I guess it, but you guys, don't you guys want to see what I'm looking at as well? So yeah, I guess it is true. Grok saying is true, that the posts made in the claim are true. 11,000 Japanese citizens just stormed their parliament demanding their prime minister stop following Trump into war. 82% of Japan opposes this. 82% opposition. South Korea already seeing mass anti-war protests. And Japan won. UK public opinion turning against involvement, labor under pressure. Germany coalition fractures our support for US strikes. Australia protests in Sydney and Melbourne growing. Turkey, Erdogan calls, I mean, Turkey doesn't count. They're basically the enemy. Interesting. Nobody wants Israel's illegal wars. Okay, for the, who's asking you? Iran sent missiles barrages to Israel, as far as I'm concerned, right? I don't care because they will send nuclear if they can. So I don't care what you don't want or do want. I don't care least bit. And if you are like, you think you can do something about it, we'll take you with us to the hell that you belong to. That's the only way to go. Do you understand? Because I'll tell you something, right? Everybody's like, oh, of course Iran is defending themselves. Oh, yeah. Never again is never again. And people misuse the meaning of never again. Never again. When Jews say never again, they quote Masada. They quote the craziest Jews. It means never again will we go down without a fight. So if something happens and you go against us, you're going to go down. Down. What just happened? Did Rebecca made an argument for temperance? I think you just need someone else play devil advocate so you can tell your true views. What? I don't know what you're talking. Oh, stop that now. Why? Why is it normal for the world to be like, oh, we can go against Israel and Israel should do nothing against us back? Why is it normal? Why is it normalized? Why is it normal for, oh, we expect Iran to, like, of course Iran is going to do everything it can to protect itself, even like shoot 100,000 of its own people if they want to, because it makes sense. They have to protect the regime. What? Why? Why does it make sense to you, sweethearts? That it means that you are just as evil as the Iranian regime. So if you go against Israel, why does it not make sense that the Israeli regime would also go against you? Why? Why is it normal that for you to think that you can not bring that option into the table in your idiotic rant of bullshit that you spew out of your mouth, the vomit that comes out of people's in studios, in the media? Why in that vomit of stupidity is there nothing that says, oh, what if Israel is not happy with us, trying to sacrifice it for whatever pagan god we worship, like the animals that we are. I just saying that if you spew shit out of your mind, don't forget to bring the option that Israel would not take it nicely. Okay? Keep it in your mind that your balls might explode. And that's if we're nice. That's nice. Is that no? Because that gets me angry. I hate it. I don't care. Yeah, you want me to be happy? You know what would make me happy? People doing a proper geopolitical analysis and stop being idiots. That would make me happy. And I want to say that if you do proper geopolitical analysis, you have to take into account that Israel would not care what you want, because because if it's in existential risk, maybe it would be the time where Europe would get the paycheck that it deserves to pay. I'm just saying, I think somebody should say that so that it would be an option that is brought up. All right? How about Israel is sitting in a very sensitive place for Europe? And not only that, because the fun part, what's fun? Because if Israel goes down, there is nothing that would stop the Arabs from coming to you. And actually, that would be a greater punishment than anything Israel could do, because even dying from an atom is more nice than whatever Arabs are going to do to your asses. I promise. Because they're way worse. It's like Naomi Shemer said, if the Arabs ever get to us, they love their death, warm and personal. We're gonna miss the sterile coldness of the gas chambers. That's what she said. You see? So, unfortunately, there is nothing we can do that would be more awful than what the Arabs will do to you once there is no one to stop them from getting to you. But, as we go down, I'll try to help them as much as possible. I will help them. And if it would be ridiculous stuff, like things like making sure that you're not even going to have lube in your stores when they, to soften the thing when it happens to you, then I make sure that that there's going to be shortage of lube supply. Just so it would be very painful. You landed in the perfect time. Are the Persians Arabs? They're not, but like, and it's not, yeah, I mean, but the Persians are, I'm not sure how much they would, I guess the regime does do it a lot to their own, so they would participate as well. Okay, whoever wants to, does it matter? No, they're not, like, their culture is Arabist. Yeah, they are Arabist, because I listen to Persian and there are a lot of words that they use that I know that are Arabic because I understand them. It's like, that couldn't be Persian. Persian is Indo-European. Why do they use words I understand? I think it's Arabic. That's my logic. But some words are Persian, like Zman and Zaman. That's actually from Persian. So it goes both a little bit, but I don't know. It feels like it's more. I didn't check. But I think that it's, I don't know. All right, whatever. Yeah, it observed a lot of Arabic, I know. In your right time, we hear you speak about the pain. I don't know what you're talking about. Listen. No, Zman is Persian. That's a Persian word. Zman is Persian word that came into Arabic from Persian. And also like Pardes is also a Persian word, by the way. Yeah, we have them. All right. Yeah, paradise. Yeah, that's Persian. Does Iran have a strategy that seems achievable, like what they're planning to do? Only if we, like you see, here's the thing. Iran counting on the West being a bunch of whiny losers that don't function. So this is literally their, does Israel have a, yes. Iran is, the thing what Iran is doing, their strategy, their hope is that the little, like, the barely functioning like Westerners would be like crying from panic because they broke a nail. So that's literally their strategy. This is their only hope of survival. If like the weaklings of the West would be like panicking, and then that would pressure the governments to stop and be like to create so much pressure, and then Trump would stop the campaign and they would stay. Here's like so many losers. I'm just saying so many losers. So many losers. Iran. They need to go down. And it's gonna be you're gonna like it's gonna be painful. But it's the other, like I don't know what to say anymore. Do you want October 7th in your soul? Because you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. Way worse. Way worse. So is there anything else? I don't think right now. Oh. There is another one here. Somebody is having their own interpretation of the events. I never gave so much attention to Japan as lately, but I'm sorry, Japan. It's not that Japan is like any more like, at fault here than any other loser country, but, happens to be. So there's another one. Japanese cooking their prime minister for not responding Trump's joke on Hiroshima. I mean, that's another interpretation of the events. But it's like a commentary. I don't think that's the thing. Have you seen any of Fine Pub? I've loved it. I like what I've seen, I've loved. What I've seen, I've loved. Is there anything that you recommend? So yeah, lots of losers. But the Iranians are standing strong. Israel is standing strong. America is standing strong, at least the Republican side, and we're gonna win. And it's gonna win. Trump's Pearl Harbor joke was bad because Japan was enemies then and allies now. Right. I mean, I agree. It was not like it wasn't like the comedy gold, but it was like it should have been a phrase. I don't know. If you told Mexico that you're gonna do Pearl Harbor, maybe we would have known. I don't know. whatever, you know. You have to be flexible sometimes with jokes. Yeah, I know. I really like sushi as well. I agree. 100%. I love sushi. Sushi is great. All right. Let's see. I'm just going through things, trying to see if there is anything interesting to show you all. Stupid. That's true. Stupid questions deserve stupid answers. 100%. All right. Let's go and see. That's bullshit. See people I'm following. What's happening? And that's not, I don't know what's going on here. What is this? This morning I was interviewing Fox and Friends, talk about my experience in Iran and the execution of innocent people hanging there. Yeah, this is the people they protect, right? It's like Iranian lives don't matter, Israeli lives don't matter, your future doesn't matter. It just what is comfortable this very moment that is matters. And of course, everybody should accommodate your needs while ignoring their themselves being in actual mortal danger at the same time, which is I love like this kind of, you know what's painful about it? What's painful about it is like this is really bad analysis. Really bad. Like you should never conduct a geopolitical analysis of that. Let's see. So, a 34-year-old Iranian man and a 31-year-old Romanian woman have been arrested after attempting to break into UK nuclear missile base in Scotland. Amazing. Craziness. Let's see what's popular. Hello, Amir. What's up? Oh, the Spanish is like the most amazing. Oh, that's interesting.
The American bases in Europe, Lindsey Graham has asked for you to reconsider the American bases in Spain, in Germany, after what they have done in the Strait of Hormuz. What's your take?
Well, it deserves. He's right about asking that, and I think NATO's gone down a long way because they haven't. I mean, they should be helping with the Strait. They get much of their energy from the Strait of Hormuz, and if Lindsey Graham said that, and don't forget, he was the big NATO guy for a while, and now he's not. And a lot of senators and congressmen, they're very upset with the fact that NATO has done nothing.
The American bases in Europe.
Go America. Might mix. Here's the thing, right? Like America is like protecting the world, protecting, making sure that Europe can be not spending that as much and not sending their people to the military, like all these countries, right? And then it's like nothing, gets nothing, right? It's like that's why it's if you don't show strength, then people walk over you, unfortunately. Yeah. What is this? Oh, Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera is hilarious.
So I don't know how they claim.
This is yeah. Children had been evacuated with. Now I forgot to show you the Al Jazeera part. That's the most hilarious thing. Al Jazeera, which is Qatar's mouthpiece, is now writing the most, like, it's the end of days when Al Jazeera writes pro-Israeli articles. It's like insanity. It's so funny. which means like now the BBC is the most dangerous site. I need to find it and show it to you. I saved it. This is their listing. Japan is not allowed to wage war legally. They are good at doing manga size. They are not waging war. They are not asked to. Where is it? I want to Qatar, Al Jazeera. Just so hilarious. Here. Found it. That's a piece from Qatar. Amazing. I see. No. Okay, I just remove myself.
إن تذرع إيران باستهداف
Oh, it's in Arabic. So Iran is claiming that it's trying to strike American presence
العسكري
in the
الأمريكي
Gulf,
لا يعدو
obviously.
كونه ذرا
But it's just
للشعارات
populistic slogans that they're saying as far as the Arabs are
في
concerned.
عيون العرب أو هو مجرد غطاء
And
واحد
they're trying to use the Gulf states as hostage countries.
لمحاولة استخدام بلدان الخليج رهينة من أجل ابتزاز العالم
So that the world, they're using the Gulf states to put pressure on the world that needs the energy.
تعطش
Oh, that's amazing.
وذاك إن صحت
Oh my God, that's amazing. That's actually like Al Jazeera is saying that. Oh, this is the world that oh my God. Al Jazeera from Qatar explaining how Iran is using the Gulf states and the energy crisis to try to pressure the world who needs the energy. Like that's
التحليلات التي
by using they taking the Gulf states as like hostages.
ترجحه لا يشي بغير اليأس من
And it doesn't say anything but the fact that they are desperate because of the war results.
آلات الحرب في نهاية أسبوعها الثالث
In the end
بل
of the
ربما
third
يكون خيارا
It is a suicidal move. It could be. This is Al
انتحاريا
Jazeera.
ويخالف حتى ما عرف تاريخيا عن أهل فارس
And it goes against the stereotypes that we have about Persians, that they are smart and wise, but because they're being stupid with the way they're acting. Oh,
من الدهاء
oh, incredible.
إن تذرع إيران
Oh my God, oh my God, this is Al Jazeera giving a geopolitical analysis, saying describing that Iran is going down and they're desperate and because they are losing so badly that they're taking the Gulf states as hostage countries, so to create an energy crisis around the world in the desperate hope that the war would end, and that they are actually being suicidal, and it goes against the stereotype that says that Persians are smart and wise, meaning they are stupid and not very sophisticated at all here, and they're gonna go down. Oh my God, this is like Al Jazeera. Hello, who are you? What happened? Oh my God. Oh, that's so funny. It's like it, because here's the thing. It's like it's to explain, right? They're saying that Iran is gonna fall, and those losers are thinking that they can threaten us, but they can't, and they're gonna go down, and they're suicidal. So that's their end, basically. So Qatar is like, you think you can, Qatar is sending a message saying, your idiotic strategy, Iran, is not going to work because you're done for. And that is while the Western media is whining like little bitches. And this is, maybe they need a little bit of like, maybe it's not enough to strike their bases, like it's not enough to strike like assets of those countries. Maybe you should strike those countries as well. Now that we know you have long range missiles, Iran, you should maybe strike them directly. Maybe that way the media in those countries would not sound as pathetic as they do right now. I don't know. Maybe that's the solution. That's so funny. That's incredible. Oh, that's unrelated, but that was funny. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, Al Jazeera has turned on the Islamic regime. That's so funny. It's because it's like, okay, they're done for. They're gone. They're dead. They're dead. At least Al Jazeera understands it. Well, they understand the West doesn't get it yet. But we're gonna win. We're winning. We're winning. We will win. That will be. And yeah, we will win. Good night, everybody. Thank you for being here.